Hey guys, it's Zeon.
And Dr. Aggro.
And we're here to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe again. Because that's a thing we apparently do because we ran out of pony movies that were theatrically released.
That is a depressing yet accurate summation of our lives.
We're getting one in, was it, like 2017? So expect that in 2017.
Oh yeah, like the actual pony movie?
Yeah.
It was 2016 last I heard. Did they push it to 2017?
I thought it was always 2017.
But I mean, like the last I heard was like a year ago. So.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's 20. Maybe it was announced as 2016. I don't know.
Happening.
Anyhow, it is. Yeah, it will be a thing eventually.
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. It's a Netflix series. It's part of the MCU. We watched it.
Part of the Defenders block. And
yes.
The character that I had. Because they're like, yeah, we're doing Daredevil, and we're doing Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones from Alias. And like, who?
Ooh. Yeah. Thank goodness, though, there are plenty of comic book channels on YouTube who all jumped on that bandwagon, so I got to see like 6 Jessica Jones videos that completely filled me in on her lore before this happened. So yeah, okay, so, you know, the whole Marvel MCU Netflix series thing, this could have gone horribly wrong.
It could have.
Yeah, because like we have Daredevil, and you could fuck up Daredevil easy.
You're waiting for something in the MCU to go horribly wrong.
Right? I mean, there was Iron Man 3, but whatever, fuck it. It's Iron Man.
Yeah.
It was still fun.
By the time you get to Iron Man 3, just, yeah, let it make no sense at the end. Fine, whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, so like the Netflix series, though, we have Daredevil, you know, and like we've seen Daredevil, we've seen Daredevil go wrong. We've seen Daredevil go wrong. So, you know, it was this thing of like, don't fuck up Daredevil. Like, if you fuck up, first off, your first Netflix series, goddamn. You fuck up your second chance at making Daredevil a
lot of people
character.
didn't like S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
If you fuck up the Defenders series, then...
Yeah, this is like a big multi-series deal that they already had set in stone along with the Defenders miniseries. So you can't really fuck... Especially the first fucking installment. It's like fucking up Iron Man for the Avengers. You can't fuck it up. So...
There's no Hulk safety net.
Yeah. So, you know, we had... Daredevil comes out. It's fucking amazing. Way better than we were, because like it just had to be good.
Yeah,
it was fucking amazing,
right out of fucking nowhere.
So then Jessica Jones comes up, and it's a no-name. It is this not even C-list, fucking D-list, friggin' Marvel
Nobody
series.
fucking knows Alias. Nobody knows who the fuck Jessica Jones is.
Yeah, I mean, like the hardcores know it. We don't.
It's like at that Comic-Con where they're announcing, we're doing this movie, and this movie, and we're doing Guardians of the Galaxy, and me and Zeon turn to each other, who the fuck are the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
like we're both kind of like looking at each other like we don't want to admit that we don't know who that is first.
Yeah.
What?
I think we kind of had the same thing going on with the Inhumans when that was announced. We were like, I've heard of the Inhumans, so have I. Do you know anything about it? Neither do I. Okay.
I think that Beetle guy's in there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, like the guy who looks like Blue Beetle but isn't Blue Beetle. He's actually some other guy who's a not mutant.
Jessica Jones was one of the things I loved about the series, apart from it being also really, really good.
Yeah.
Was that it was a completely and I believe necessary tonal shift from Daredevil.
It was.
Because Daredevil was your straight up like, I'm the guy in the city, there's bad things in the city, I'm gonna punch the bad things.
Yeah.
That's what Daredevil needed to be. It was standard stock, but it did it with grace, class, and flair. It was amazing. Jessica Jones, though, very tonally different, but structurally very similar. Mm-hmm. In that they're both series with very fascinatingly flawed main characters, which, you know, it's a very modern fiction thing of the flawed main character.
Yeah.
But they also had very, very good villain psychology. They've taken villains that are usually used as one-note thugs.
Yeah.
And given them incredible psychology. Well, I think we should get to the villains later.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones. Let's talk about feminism in modern fiction.
Do we have to?
Briefly.
Okay.
Jessica Jones is one of my favorite female characters because the fact that she has a vagina is completely irrelevant to her character.
Oh my god! Yeah, because like not
she
once...
is a surly, mean-spirited, foul-mouthed asshole.
Yeah, and not once does it ever come up that she's a goddamn woman. Never once is, like, I mean, the little Cage is, you know, relevant because he's pounding it. But to everyone else, it doesn't freaking matter. She's Jessica Jones.
I mean, probably would have still hit it if Jessica Jones was a guy. That story would have gone the same. because it's 2015, and if Luke Cage wants to hit him some quarter pounder in the back, he's going to do it.
Oh man, I'm just thinking about James Jones, the brilliant reimagining when they reboot the Marvel Universe.
Honestly, I would watch James Jones if we get Chick Iron Fist.
Actually, we're not getting Chick Iron Fist. We're gonna get Chick Iron Man. Friggin' Pepper Potts is gonna be Iron Man soon. Apparently.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if that's how accurate that is, but apparently there's some shit going on with Tony.
Version will live or die on the armor design.
Yeah, well, the thing is, though,
if that armor has tits, it's a wash.
Like she's had an armor before. She was Rescue, a character called Rescue.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she was Rescue.
That's pulling me back.
Yeah, so she was Rescue, and apparently now she's just it looks like she has a modified rescue suit, but now she's apparently going to be called Iron Woman. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe because we have Chick Thor, so
yeah, but that's just Thor. Thor has tits now.
Yeah.
I think in that aspect, Thor's an office. I don't know. I haven't read all those comics, so I'm not super clear on that.
Yeah,
but
all we read is X-Men lately.
Okay, so now that we've established that Jessica Jones is a character outside of being a female,
yeah,
we can talk about how super hot she is. Now,
yeah,
full disclosure. I am super into dark-haired, surly Jewish chicks. Sarah Silverman.
Yes, thank you. You said it. Okay, I didn't have to. Continue.
So, of course, they picked this actress because she was hot and also could do a great job.
Yeah.
That is the curse of women in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a great job. It's awesome. You also have to be hot while you do a great job.
Yeah.
It's a thing. They will often put women in... I don't like modern jeans because of what they do to women's legs and asses. It's forced and artificial, and I'm not a fan of it. They put her in some straight up 1982 stonewashed shit, and her ass carried that whole outfit.
Okay.
Now again,
fun fact.
This is a discussion completely outside of her value as a character and her skill as an actress.
Fun fact. Watching it with my ex, looked at her and during one scene was like, man, Jessica Jones has a nice ass. Oh, did I just say that out loud?
But honestly, that's what I loved about it. Her ass was awesome because her ass was awesome. They didn't make it part of the show. They didn't make jeans designed for it. Or, I don't know, they maybe, but if they did, they did very well.
Okay, let's just say, we know they spent a lot of time with superhero outfits. And when her outfits are like acid wash jeans, you're gonna make it hug that ass properly.
God damn that ass.
Yes.
I mean, this is apart from the whole series because we are base and men, and we are base men. So we're just gonna...
Also, we've been drinking for about an hour.
Well, that. So back to how the show is actually great high comic book art.
Yes.
I love her character. I love how at no point, like we said before, her being a chick was a part of it. But she is the house of superheroes. She is a surly asshole. And she didn't change. She didn't grow.
No.
I mean, a little bit. I mean, her relationships with different people altered.
Yeah.
But she was the same the whole way through. Because it wasn't about her character changing. It was about her character acting on the universe around her and stopping an imminent threat. Because that's what a comic book story is.
Yeah. I definitely loved her depiction because she doesn't have to go through some sort of huge arc where she completely changes as a person. It completely revolutionizes her as an individual. No, she's still the same person. It's just she's learned to she opens up to Patricia. Yeah, Trish. Yeah, she opens up to her. She gets a little bit more open with select individuals.
This show was her overcoming a trauma.
Yeah.
In her surly, small way.
Yeah.
And the show dealt with trauma very well.
It really did.
Because what happened to her is some kind of shit that would be a very special episode.
Yeah.
On a lot of other shows. And they dealt with it by not dealing with it. They faced it head on as part of the universe. It was part of the narrative. Her character arc happened before the show started.
Yeah.
We saw her in just the deep shit that left her in.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just saw her very slowly get back to maybe who she was before, because who she was before wasn't her complete character arc.
Yeah.
The tragedy was her character arc.
Yeah. I definitely loved, that kind of progression, because, all the fucked up shit happens to her pre-series. So you see her, like in the pits at the beginning, and you slowly, start revealing what got her there. And also, we'll just say it, the R word, she got raped, and it's always that thing of you're using rape as a narrative, fuck. It's fuck you guys, sometimes, let's just fucking deal with it. Rape happens, and to just completely cut it out of a storyline, especially when it can enhance a story, is fucking ignorant. It's fucking stupid, you shouldn't do it. Everything deserves to be explored as a narrative.
And if we're talking about rape now, then the way they did it, the way they tied it into, and it was the same thing that really elevated Daredevil, is the villain psychology.
Yes.
So right up front, Zeon is not a Whovian. I love the shit out of Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
So watching, I know David Tennant is a talented actor. I know he can do other roles. I knew this would be a very different role. But still, watching David Tennant do this was wrenching for me.
Right, Jesus Christ. Okay, being a guy who's never watched David Tennant Who, I've only ever seen, Baker Who, the scarf.
Fourth?
Yeah, Fourth Doctor. I've only ever seen him. And so, David Tennant in this role, I'm like, oh, that's why people respect him as an actor. I need to go change my pants because I just shit myself because he's... God, the fucking villain, as you were talking about, the villain psychology is there.
Actually, how they did the Purple Man was amazing, because I heard when the trailer came out, I'm like, you're fucking shitting me. The Purple Man? They're doing the Purple Man. Mm-hmm. The Purple Man is one of those things you don't do in a modern TV series. He's one of those weird Silver Age villains you just leave in the closet.
Yeah. But they friggin', because I know, the Alias comic explored him in a similar fashion.
Which, honestly, I feel bad because I never read it.
Yeah.
Because I never heard of it.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to go read it now.
Yeah.
I hope it's not one of those just super grimdark 90s comics.
Yeah, I think it's an early 2000s. It's Bendis. Bendis wrote that.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, if Bendis wrote it.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we just got off that X-Men run, so, I think we're due for some more Bendis. But, yeah. Just the depiction of the Purple Man, God... I love his character because he is just such a fucked up... he may be more fucked up than Jessica Jones. Because he doesn't view what he does as rape.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
His psychology.
It's like that episode of The Twilight Zone with that kid who sends shit to the cornfield. He was a child who... And, honestly, not to cross companies here, but DC explored this idea very well in the Powers series. Of how all of these people with superpowers are perpetually 14. Because they don't have to mature past that. They have superpowers. Consequences and changing and growing as a person don't apply to them. So when he just cannot grasp that she won't choose to love him because that's what he wants, it's just completely outside of his reckoning.
Yeah.
The psychology there was exquisite. It was an amazingly bleak, just straight-on exploration of what would happen to a man who gets everything he wants.
Yeah, and I love how he even tries to because people tend to paint their positive in life as tragedies because everyone needs to have a tragedy. They're like, you don't know what it's like. I don't know what people are doing things because I want them to or because they want to.
Which, honestly, where he's coming from, that is a horrible thing that he's burdened with. He doesn't understand life the way people understand life.
Yeah.
And he did a great job of being completely unredeemably evil and sympathetically psychotic.
Yeah, he really doesn't have a full grasp of what the fuck he is doing. I think one of the best scenes of that is when Jessica makes him go save a family. And it's just, he plays the hero for a day. He goes, see, this is why I need you around, because I would have had that guy blow his fucking brains out. And, this feels kind of good. And, there's that moment where you think, is he going to become, a good guy? Is it going to be sort of reformation for his character? Nope. She completely fucks him over and locks his ass in a fucking room. Oh, man.
That's Jessica.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Fucking nuke came out of nowhere.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so, Nuke. Okay, he's not called Nuke in the series. He's something Simpson. I forgot his first name. But yeah, something Simpson.
I don't know.
He's the cop.
Some blonde guy.
Yeah, the blonde cop guy who's Patricia's boyfriend.
God, because he's just that cop in that episode. And then he shows up again like, oh, we're following up on that. Yeah. That's cool. And then he keeps showing up like, oh, he's going to be a character. And then he's like, give me a red one. And you're like, oh, shit.
I don't know if you had the same experience I did, but as soon as the doctor talks about like 2 red, 1 blue, or whatever that was, like whatever that mixture was, I immediately stopped the episode, looked up the character's name.
Because he's like, give me a red. I'm like, I know that. What is that?
See, I didn't know that at all. That sounded important. Like, that was like one of those things I'm like, that is a comic book villain, like, quote or something.
He's like, I need this doctor. I need this guy to do this. I'm like, what fucking... I was watching with Rochelle, the roommate.
Yeah.
And I was like, what organization is he a part of? And she's like, you don't know? No. I don't know, because there's only a few shadowy organizations in Marvel.
Yeah.
And she's like, but you're supposed to know. You're supposed to know who these people are. And I'm like...
Yeah. So, yeah, like, they friggin' introduced Nuke. He comes out of fucking left field. I really liked him as a character in the series up until that point. Like, that entire episode they spent with him really detracted from the Purple Man story. And I don't know if
I mean, I liked it structurally because the whole series is about trauma and identity and how trauma affects identity. And you have Simmons there, and because you've got
Simpson.
Did I say Simmons?
Yeah, I'll say Simmons is Field.
Yeah, you've got him there, and he starts pulling Patty out of her trust issues. And he gets her to trust him, which makes his betrayal more dramatic, of course, in the dramatic sense.
Yeah.
But you've got her being a shut-in behind the super badass door she's got, learning fucking Krav Maga, and you've got all these different characters, and like you've got and rape is the theme here because it's what he did to Jessica, it's what he did to that chick from Midwest who gives a fuck.
Yeah.
And it's what he does to everyone in their mind. It's an invasion, it's an intrusion, it's a taking of will. Every act he does is traumatic to other humans, and that's something he doesn't understand. So every character is dealing with that invasive personal trauma. And that's why I loved his insertion to that series. It's sort of a Marvel thing of there's all this wild shit in the universe, and a lot of it can hurt you. And a lot of it can fuck you up in ways you didn't expect.
Yeah,
which is, I think, the whole Jessica Jones point.
Yeah.
In the MCU.
Yeah. I got his insertion, like why he was there, like how he fit thematically. But it's just like as a narrative, it really because as a season long, like this is the story. Like his little departure was this weird offshoot.
That's why I loved it. Okay. Because it's the whole MCU thing of there's always other shit going on.
Yeah.
So in the middle, they tripped over him.
Yeah, and it was just this one little narrative hiccup, like
just like fucking Jessica and Hellcat fucking beating the shit out of it.
Yeah, like which I'm waiting for her to become Hellcat in season 2.
She's taking Krav Maga.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, like she's gonna be Hellcat at some point. We know this is gonna happen.
She was another character where like halfway through I'm like. And I Google her.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I had to do that at some point, too. Like, about around the halfway point, I'm actually, no. For me, I'm on my PC, so I'll just stop. Patricia, it's like, oh, she's Hellcat. I don't know who Hellcat is. Okay, read up on read an entire Wikipedia article about Hellcat. Okay, got it.
If Hellcat and Nuke are here, we're gonna get a Squirrel Girl series at some point.
I want that so bad!
So bad!
Like, okay.
I hope that's the last thing Marvel makes as a movie.
We can't have her, though. She's a mutant.
Squirrel Girl's a mutant?
She's part of the X-Men.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but we have mutants that aren't mutants.
True.
She beat Thanos that one time, so she might show up at the end of Infinity War.
The thing is, though, like, Squirrel Girl is pretty much, like, tied either to her own solo books or to X-Men, as far as I know.
True.
So, like where with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, they were tied to the Avengers.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Okay.
The way this series went, the whole Jessica Jones thing, comic booky is an adjective we apply to movies and TV shows when they get, super comic booky.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this video, I can assume you understand that from context clues. Jessica Jones didn't have to be comic booky.
It didn't.
It wasn't. But then they drop Luke Cage in the middle of it.
Right? Oh my, yeah.
And things get really comic booky when like, that one woman who was sleeping with his husband sent, like, him and his hockey buddies, they're like, we're gonna go fuck up Luke Cage. And I'm sitting there like, that's not gonna go well for them. Jessica's like, I have to get there, because she doesn't know he's Luke Cage.
Yeah. It's just, I love when it's like you have two superpowered people who have no fucking clue about each other because this is the Marvel Universe and just shit goes awry and just, wait, you have superpowers? You have superpowers? Oh shit, we both have superpowers. And then they have awesome superpower sex.
That is, I mean, it's something that in any other series it would have been exploitative and dumb. But in this one, it's like, no. This was a beautiful part of the narrative. They have sex. He's like, I'm not going to break, and he can't trust that. And she doesn't know who he is. So then they find out they have superpowers, and then they go have much better sex.
Because it's just like, I love that line of, like, you're not going to break me. It's just...
What I love about Jessica's power set, it's very basic. It's very... It's to call Doctor Who again... In the way that the sonic screwdriver is a metaphor for he has alien technology, Jessica Jones's power set is a Superman-esque metaphor for she's also a superhero.
Yeah.
She has super strength.
Yeah.
Like that scene when she confronts and I love that little throwaway scene, and this is what I love about these street level series. It has all the human interest in it. When that fucking chick and her husband corner her because they're gonna hunt down all the supers because the supers are the ones that wreck the city, and she's like, that bullet's gonna bounce off me. Fuck.
Yeah, that was great shit. Talking about Jessica Jones, power set at the moment. Like, I found it interesting, because I was just like, how is, Jessica Jones really going to fit in with Daredevil and all that? I'm like, everyone has something different to bring to the table, and I really like that, what they're saying with this Defender series. That they really kind of established that Jessica's most likely physically stronger than Luke Cage. Mm-hmm. But she's not invulnerable like he is. But Luke Cage can get fucked, his internal organs aren't invulnerable.
Yeah, I love, when he got that shotgun blast.
Yeah.
I'm like, of course, because that shook his brain pan.
Yeah.
So his cranial pressure increased, but they couldn't figure out how to decrease his cranial pressure.
Yeah.
Because he keeps breaking the drill.
Yeah. Oh, God, just so many layers.
And the fact that they used that nurse to tie that with the Daredevil series.
Right?
Just subtly, beautifully, elegantly.
Yeah. Plus, I'm going to say, Rosario Dawson, one of the most attractive women on the planet. God damn it. Where the hell's her nude scene in the series? First, that's the first thing I want to state. Secondly, I like that they're using, apparently, Night Nurse is what she is in the comics. She's a Stan Lee character.
Does she have a costume?
No, she's just a nurse.
So she doesn't go full cardiac?
She doesn't go full cardiac. She is a Stan Lee mini series that he did, where there's just this nurse that tends to superheroes.
Jesus, that sounds awesome.
Right? I would love to just see the nurse that I want an entire fucking year's worth. Get Bendis on it. Get Bendis on it now.
Honestly, the moment I didn't recognize her when she first showed up. Mm-hmm. It's just when she said he's not my first. I'm like,
yeah. See, I recognize Rosario Dawson because I'm kind of in love with Rosario Dawson. But beside that point, yeah.
I'd like to row upstream on that creek.
But yeah, so when she showed up and they tied that with Daredevil and she makes these little things I know a guy, and it's how does he know he's the good guy? It's he doesn't. He questions it every single day. And and it ties back, that one little line ties back into Daredevil's entire character, and it's his Catholicism and his whole religious background in one fucking line.
It was a beautiful way to tie that series to Daredevil. Because, next we're getting Luke Cage's series, right?
Yeah.
It's Luke Cage that And of course Luke Cage ties into Iron Fist. And that's fucking awesome. I was explaining to my roommate, Rochelle, again, the one who I watched Jessica Jones with.
Yeah.
I was explaining because I was like, yeah, that's Luke Cage. He's Power Man. He usually rolls around with Iron Fist. She's like, who's Iron Fist? And I pull up my phone. I'm like, that big-ass green collar. That's Iron Fist. I'm like, oh, his fist is growing. What does he do? He's super good at Kung Fu. And I'm like, okay, you know how Doctor Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme? Yeah? Iron Fist is really, really good at Kung Fu.
He is. And he has glowing magic fists from his Kung Fu training.
There was that thing I read on the internet where it was like, how did you get your powers? And Jessica Jones is like, I got in a car accident, and I think there was toxic waste involved. And Daredevil's like, I got splashed in the eyes with toxic waste. And Luke Cage is like, there was military experiments that probably involved toxic waste. And Iron Fist is like, I punched a dragon in the heart.
Honestly, I don't know, like, I'm expecting that dragon that he punches to be covered in nuclear waste. Is that would have connectivity between all the series? But okay, so yeah, needless to say, Jessica Jones, it's a really good series.
God, it really is. And it does that thing the 90s tried to do for 10 years.
Right, it tries to be like gritty and mature.
And real.
Yeah, it goes
Jessica Jones does it. It brings an entire Silver Age set of people and brings it right the fuck down to the original TMNT movie levels of real.
Yeah, and I loved it for that. Like, it's not campy, it's not stupid. It just does it. And it's just like, yeah, there are superheroes, there are people with superpowers, and they are existing in a real world with real crime. It's not trying overly hard to be fucking overly dark.
Which I love the MCU for their treatment of the Battle of New York.
Yeah.
Because they treat it, with obvious parallels, like 9/11.
Yeah.
No, it's not all we fucking talked about.
Yeah.
We kind of didn't talk about it for 10 years.
Yeah. Like, you know, every so often there's a few people who are really obsessed about it. Like the people who try to take out fucking Jessica. Which I love. Awesome. I love that episode when they do the reveal. It's like, yeah, like you fucking powers did. It's like, you know, go back to
I blame you for this because I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of like, honestly, like, you know, there's that kind of, even, like, that's relevant today with fucking ISIS in, like, yeah, we should ban all the Muslims and get them out of our fucking country. It's like, dude, hashtag not all Muslims, just saying. You know, hashtag not all superheroes, just saying. You know, some people have powers and weren't fucking involved in this. Like, leave them the fuck out of it. And honestly, like,
which I want the flashback of what Luke Cage was doing during the Battle of New York.
Flash is DC.
The flashback.
Oh, the flashback.
Of what Luke Cage was doing. Oh, God.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, my God.
The DC series are a whole different conversation.
Yeah. One of these days we really should talk about since you're watching them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I get caught up on Arrow.
Yeah, we would totally do a video talking about
if you've seen Flash, Flash made me watch Arrow.
Mm-hmm. I tried for like 6 months. Watch Arrow. Arrow's really good. It's pretty damn good. Like I had to stop watching Daredevil, or I had to stop watching it for Daredevil, but it's still really good. Go watch it. He wouldn't do it. Motherfucker finally watches Flash. Then, goddammit, he watches Arrow, finally.
Flash is super good.
It is. You haven't even seen the most recent season.
Saw the first 2 or 3 episodes of Gotham.
That was kind of bad, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really was.
It's what Jessica Jones could have been. Thanks for that reminding me.
That's the thing about the MCU. One of them has to be bad.
Yeah.
Like, the Iron Man movies are towing the line of nonsensical, but...
Yeah, and, like, Thor is mediocre.
See, I like Thor a lot more than you do. But I think that's just, you know, the Teutonic in me. Going like, yeah, Thor!
That's only because you like to get drunk and hit shit with hammers.
Do you not?
I mean, I do, but I don't appreciate it on, like, this visceral level that you do. It's not my weekend habits. But, Yeah, just this was just a fantastic installment to the goddamn Marvel MCU.
I mean, it was great by itself. It's a great follow-up to Daredevil, expanding the tonality, the possibility of the future Defender series. It's a great prequel to the next Luke Cage series. And Luke Cage is going to lead greatly into Iron Fist.
Okay, yeah. Let me just say, the lawyer, Carrie-Anne Moss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember her real... Hedgeworth or something?
I'm like, wait a minute. Is that... I've seen most of her tits.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, Carrie-Anne Moss's character from Jessica Jones.
I'm so glad she's still acting.
In the comics, she is the go-to lawyer for the Heroes for Hire. The Heroes for Hire being Luke Cage and Iron Fist, for those that don't know. I really hope that, instead of getting Luke Cage Season 2 and Iron Fist Season 2, we just get Heroes for Hire Season 1. I want that deep down.
Honestly, the big question is, will Iron Fist have that fucking collar? I don't think so, but I hold out hope.
Okay, the Daredevil suit looked pretty awesome.
Will Daredevil show up in the Luke Cage series?
I feel he needs to show up at some point.
He's got a cameo. We've got to keep him in there.
Yeah.
I hope Kingpin is part of the Luke Cage series.
I feel they're going to save him.
He's got to show up again. We've got to see... He's got a cameo, at least. He's got to be in there, because he became Kingpin at the end of Daredevil. We've got to at least have an acknowledgement of, no, he's still Kingpin. He's kingpinning it up over here.
Yeah.
The kingpinning is happening.
Yeah, because, what was it? Daredevil Season 1 was basically just Kingpin Begins. It was the Kingpin prequel. Now he is Kingpin. We need the Kingpin in the Marvel Universe to be, just Kingpinning it up, definitely. So, yeah, definitely that needs to happen at some point. I really feel like Daredevil Season 2 is going to touch on that, because we're going to get that probably before Luke Cage.
I was going to say, I forgot about Daredevil Season 2.
Yeah.
We're going to get that before Luke Cage?
Most likely, because it seems like they're kind of following the same Marvel movie route, where we got Iron Man 2 before Avengers.
That could really serve to help bolster, because, if we get a Daredevil Season 2, we need some tie-ins in Season 2 to use the Daredevil brand to up the other series. Because I love that Iron Fist is last. Because Iron Fist is the most ridiculous. And when Iron Fist hits, Iron Fist is going to hit like the MCU did.
Yeah.
What up? I'm Iron Fist. I got a yellow bandana. I am really, really good at Kung Fu.
Oh my god, yes. And, so Luke Cage is going to be our blaxploitation series, right? It needs to be. I know these movies, these Netflix series have been pretty damn serious. And, Luke Cage...
That's what I love about them. They're really serious. And they're completely ridiculous.
Yeah. They play,
that is the Marvel ethos.
Yeah. They live in this ridiculous universe, but they just play it straight. They're this is where we live. Some guys have superpowers, some guys bring down New York City, we have alien invasions, what of it? Whatever, they're just playing it straight. And Luke Cage, he needs to be just straight up our blaxploitation series, and then we have fucking Iron Fist being our goddamn Kung Fu exploitation series. The Kung Fu series. It's just gonna be Kung Fu exploitation. I hope they just go full camp. I know they're doing the dark gritty thing. I just want them to be full fucking camp.
That's what I want Iron Fist to do, because you got Daredevil, and Daredevil brought the Silver Age to the streets. You got Jessica Jones, who brings it all the way down into realism. Luke Cage was just all the fuck up in Jessica Jones. His series, I really hope, is Luke Cage being super serious, with his whole situation being weird Silver Age nonsense.
Yeah.
And then Iron Fist shows up, and he's full Silver Age ridiculous.
Yes. Okay, so, man, it is just crazy to,
I'm here to stop this bank robbery by punching you.
Really hard! Because that's all my superpower really consists of.
Don't shoot at me. I'm really good at Kung Fu.
Confirmed, by the way, Fake Fake Boom for Iron Fist Season 1, as told to me by Aggro.
I was going to say, because, you know, a lot of the great points of these Netflix series are the villain psychology. It's what these series are built on. It's taking these old one-note villains and imbuing them with amazing writing, characterization, beautiful psychology. It's top marks all the way across. So I was talking to Zeon here about, like, who's going to be the Iron Fist villain. I don't know any Iron Fist villains.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, what if it's a Kung Fu movie? What if they do Fing Fang Foom? They could do it.
Yeah.
You can imagine watching that Comic-Con video where they're like, who's the villain? And some smug asshole on the panel is like, we're doing Fing Fang Foom.
Yeah.
And the audience is like, that's like, fucking watch us do it.
So, okay. But the thing is, though, there apparently is, like a guy who's like Iron Fist, a crazy badass martial artist who is his actual arch rival. His symbol shows up on the drugs that the old Chinese bitch was selling in Daredevil. So they've already established Iron Fist and Daredevil, or at least his arch rival.
Who is?
I don't remember his name because he's some Chinese asshole who's...
Okay.
Or, I don't know, he's Chinese. He's some Kung Fu motherfucker.
Right.
Like, he is basically Bizarro
Yeah.
Iron Fist.
Like everybody has.
Yeah.
We're going to look into that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I've watched a lot of videos about these because I don't watch all these sides, or I don't read all these side things to the Marvel News. Like I said, all we read is X-Men. For some damn reason, all we read is...
X-Men's really awesome right now.
Yeah. Well,
we should probably still be reading Spider-Man.
Okay, I will probably start picking up Spider-Man again, because...
Yeah, that whole Spider-War thing sounded awesome.
Yeah.
Read like the first 5 pages of that. That was fucking sweet.
Yeah. But anyhow, back to the MCU.
Well, okay, back to Jessica Jones specifically, I guess.
Yes.
Jessica Jones... The characterization of the series, and this is a thing that I think we're starting. Jessica Jones is a clarion call of how to make comic stories. The characterization of that series was fucking amazing. Her support characters, the Ginger Twins, Patsy, these complex, beautiful human characters.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about the side characters to talk about. Malcolm was great. The fucking stoner? Like, he goes from being the stoner who's like, I'm like, oh my god damn it, you're so intrusive. Why are you here? And he goes on this full fucking character arc, has this full fucking backstory. Oh shit. That's why you're here. This is what your deal is. I am down with you. And he went from being the character I hated the most to, like, you're going up in the upper echelon. I hope you show up in Jessica Jones Season 2.
Because the series, it really delves into heroics, and heroism, and what that means.
Yes.
Because you start with Daredevil, and Daredevil wants to be a hero. He wants to do what's right. He's not sure how to do it.
Yeah.
How his skill set applies to it. Jessica Jones doesn't want to be a hero.
She doesn't.
Jessica Jones is a surly asshole. But Jessica Jones, at her core, is still a good person.
She is.
She understands what should be done, which people should be helped, should be defended. And she sees a moral imperative to do it. And she's just sort of tired and pissed off about everyone else's lack of doing that. You've got the fucking twins who look out only for each other. Because the rest of the city is alien and harmful, and everyone else will do them harm. And they have to defend each other. You've got the fucking stoner character, who is, you know, off his fucking rocker for most of the series. But as soon as he regains himself...
Episodes. Hey, he really isn't fucked up for that long.
As soon as he regains his wits, he goes on this whole self-deprecating thing of like, oh, I did this to you and I'm so awful. Jessica Jones just gives him the straight-up real talk of like, no one gives a shit about how bad you feel.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing now. Mm-hmm. And he's like, fuck, you're right. It's time to help people.
Yeah.
And the thing about Jessica is, she can't help people because helping people is reaching out to people. It's connecting with people. It's making yourself vulnerable by that act. And she cannot do that because of the tragedy she's inflicted upon her, that has been inflicted upon her, the way her life has gone. And so that final scene where that one person she actually cares about, who picks up her phone and says, Alias Investigations, how can we help? It's a beautiful rounding out of that whole character arc.
Oh my god, just so many levels. Just Nuke's story, sub-story aside, this series is goddamn beautiful. Just how it ties together thematically, everything you just said just really encapsulates what this series did well. It is so goddamn beautiful. It's dark and gritty without being fucking just, look how fucking dark and gritty we are, right? It's not
dark and gritty because what happens is dark and gritty.
Yeah, it's not trying to be dark and gritty. It just is what it is naturally.
And it's not dark and gritty the same way, like, there was... superhero stories have a thing about them. Mm-hmm. They have an air of fantasy to them. And honestly, this was explored a little bit in The Dark Knight Rises, where he wasn't Batman anymore.
Yeah.
And fucking Michael Caine kept trying to explain that to him, like, you're not Batman anymore.
Yeah.
You don't believe it anymore.
Yeah.
The whole Jessica Jones series was about how, like, you could have been a superhero, but then you got mind-dominated by some fuck-ass.
Yeah.
Did horrible shit to you, and that's not the fantasy we're playing anymore. Jessica Jones is not a superhero.
She is.
Jessica Jones is a person who's got a grudge against someone who fucked her over, who has superpowers. And her carrying out that grudge will help a lot of people, and she is trying to help the most people the most. She is trying to utilitarianly help as many people as she can instead of seeking personal revenge.
Yeah.
Because mathematically, that is what she needs to do to be a good person.
Yeah.
And the whole series hinges on that until that avenue is taken away from her.
Yeah. Honestly, her entire arc in this series reminds me of Constantine from the movie, where his entire thing was he fucked up that one time. He's gonna go to hell. He's condemned to hell. And he spent just his entire life trying to repent, trying to build up, trying to be like, look, I've built up enough God points. Have I reached that level yet? And that's what Jessica Jones is. She just starts from like rock bottom.
When she tells Hogarth, like, do something good, it helps with the self-loathing.
Yeah, like she hates herself. She fucking just, she just deep down just has this remorse for what the fuck happened to her in the past.
Which is, like, every part of this moral implication is what makes me excited for the Iron Fist series.
Right.
If you start with Daredevil, and it's Catholic guilt. You go to Jessica Jones, it's personal guilt. You go to Luke Cage, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
You go to Iron Fist, I would fucking punch all the evil guys.
All the evil guys!
This series is gonna be awesome.
I hope so. Because I don't know how to fuck... Okay, I've never read Heroes for Hire. I have no clue how to fuck you make Iron Fist gritty. My only interaction with Iron Fist as a character is Ultimate Spider-Man. The cartoon. On Disney XD. I have no fucking clue how you make Iron Fist all dark and balls deep fucking gritty. So I'm hoping it's just... fantastical bullshit. I mean, okay, we have the whole drug thing set up with his arch rival. So he's going to be set in New York, dark and gritty. I have no clue where they're going to go for that. Because we're going to see fantastical bullshit in this
'cause we're
fucking
gonna have
dark,
Iron
gritty
Fist.
fucking environment.
We're gonna have Iron Fist being Iron Fist, and like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and Daredevil are there, being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's
Kung
like,
Fu is what I'm doing.
"I'm a superhero, motherfucker."
Yes.
Are we getting the Iron Fist series before the Doctor Strange movie or after?
That's a good question. I have no clue.
Because I totally want him to be in the Doctor Strange movie.
Because I know Luke Cage is the next series, because the way they announce the series is different from the way they announce the movies. So we have Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Civil War, Doctor Strange. Which, for the record, he and I have been talking Doctor Strange ever since what? Thor? Maybe even Iron Man? We're like, Avengers? We're getting Avengers? Or we're gonna get or we're gonna get like Doctor Strange? I want Doctor Strange. You know,
Benedict Cumberbatch is Doctor Strange. I'm like, that sounds like a lie. And then he tweets himself with the fucking Strange t-shirt, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, fuck.
For the record, I don't watch Sherlock, and I hated him as Khan. I fucking hated him as Khan. But I'm totally down.
He wasn't Khan. He was great in that movie.
Yes.
He wasn't Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah, he was not Khan. That's all there was to it. But I do think, like, he's a good villain, or he's a good actor. Like, you know, from what I've seen of him, he has a great gravitas and personality to him.
Boodly Snoot Simbly Bitch is, he has a great screen presence.
He does. And I want to see him as Strange. He was a terrible goddamn Khan Noonien Singh.
He was a great Alan Turing. Kinda.
It was Alan Turing.
What?
I don't know. You know history better than I do. I've heard the name a few times.
I'm gonna yell at you about Alan Turing when we're done here.
Okay.
Because that's a whole different yelling conversation.
Fair enough. So, I guess we should just wrap this up. We've very much said everything we could say about Jessica Jones. We're now just talking about potential movies and series.
Because it really comes down to, Daredevil was way better than it needed to be.
Yes.
It was fucking amazing.
Yes.
Even on that pedigree, Jessica Jones was way better than it needed to be.
Jesus Christ, yes. Okay.
These series aren't just good for Marvel series.
Yeah.
They're not good for Netflix original series. These series are fucking great.
Yeah. Let me just say it right now. My favorite seasons so far, like Flash Season 1, way better than it needed to be. Arrow Season 2, better than it needed to be. The first seasons of both Jessica Jones and Daredevil, way better than it needed to be. I didn't feel like going back to Arrow for a while because of how good Daredevil was. I was in the middle of watching Arrow Season 1 when I started Daredevil. Didn't even feel like going back to the fucking Arrow. I was like, fuck it. I just saw this way better series. Why do I want to go to an inferior one? I eventually, a couple of weeks went past, got the Daredevil of it, accepted Arrow into my heart, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a good series. It ended up being a great series later on. Season 3? Are you on Season 3?
I think I'm near the end of Season 2.
Okay. Anyhow, Season 3, a little bit of a dip, but it's an expanded universe. Anyhow, but yeah, I appreciate that I continued watching those. But with Jessica Jones and Daredevil,
it's better from a distance.
Yeah. Jessica Jones and Daredevil, these two first series are goddamn amazing.
Yeah, to apply to those two series, it's something Tycho Brahe from Penny Arcade said about Flash in reference to having seen Arrow. He said Flash was a superhero series you could watch without feeling like an asshole.
That's an interesting way to put it, considering how Silver Age's storyline is.
But I mean, the second half of the Flash series, mostly.
Yeah.
But that's what Daredevil and Jessica Jones were. They're series that aren't good because, or aren't good for, they're just great fucking television.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What the hell world do we live in now?
Yeah. And, okay. To close things off, yeah, Jessica Jones, great series. I'm not sure if I like it more than Daredevil.
It's very different from Daredevil.
It is. Cinematography is a lot worse than Daredevil. I will say that. I'll say that much. From a cinematic aspect, it is a lot worse than Daredevil. Because Daredevil had amazing cinematography. The hallway fight, the friggin' painting around inside.
It was very different cinematography. Because they're very different
the lighting,
stories.
the atmosphere, like they had. I feel
they were
Daredevil
pointedly different.
Yeah, Daredevil had a better director, is what I feel. Or maybe directors. I don't know.
I chalk it up to just them being totally different.
Maybe that's the case.
But then again, I'm a natural apologeticist.
Either way, like, I feel bad for saying it because I like Daredevil more. Jessica Jones, I think, is the better series. Even though the nuke thing threw me off. Agreed?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. Alright. Boom. Review over.